Gods Woodsman here for you today, and today I'm going to teach you some basic techniques that you can, knife techniques. First one is, with a knife like this that is made in a leather sheath, you want to be very careful when you're drawing it out. You want to do it in like two motions. First you loosen the knife till it's about halfway out, and then you pull the knife the rest of the way out. Because a knife like this that is just razor sharp, you don't want to wrap your fingers around the case either, because if you pull it out and it comes through the stitching, you don't want to just slice your fingers open. The other thing is, keep a first aid kit handy. There will be occasionally accidents when you're using a knife. Now I'm going to show you some basic techniques. So again, when you first take the knife out, loosen it, and then pull it out of the sheath. Now, a couple basic techniques. If you're just going to trim off a small branch like that, nice and tight up on the knife, good firm grip, place it, and you're actually putting your thumb on the back of here, and then pulling with your left arm and pushing with your right arm. So, like that. Now it's just a small branch, you can do quite a bit larger, but we're just showing the basic technique right now. 1, 2, 3. And you can even go through something this size to really give it plenty of energy. And that is called the forehand grip. Forehand grip. And the next most important grip that I probably use quite a bit is called the chest lever grip. And what you're doing for that is you're going to bring it tight into your chest, like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to move your shoulders apart. By doing that, you're spreading, using your back muscles, doing it like this, and spreading your arms in opposite directions. I'll go front on so you can see a little bit better. You're going like this, and you're spreading your arms like this. So you go, and it's called the chest lever grip. You're putting your thumb flat against the blade, and you go like this. It's a very, very powerful grip, and it works very good because you can see right where you're working. I'm just going to go part way in, and then the knife doesn't fly around everywhere either. Very, very important. Probably one of the last ones I'll show you that we very rarely use is called the reversed grip. So we want to go from this grip, spin the knife around so it's facing your thumb. And you would usually use this if you're cutting cord or something. And that is a very rare thing you do because you're usually cutting towards yourself. You'll usually only do that if somebody else is holding the rope because you want the danger towards you, not towards them. And with just like some basic stuffs like, I'm going to come back around so you can see what I'm doing. But just like some basic techniques that you would use, let's say you were just going to make a tent peg. What you would do if you were going to make a tent peg, make this into a tent peg, is I would probably chamfer this end. So do the chest lever grip again. So like this, all the way around. And as you can see, it goes pretty quick when you're actually doing it. And the knife's not flying around all over the place. And then I'm just going to take my knife and trim it off straight and nice and flat. That way when I pound it in with my axe, it's not going to give me any trouble. So a nice flat portion. Now, I'm going to make this into a tent peg. In the woods, if we're going to make this into a tent peg, and we're in a hurry to make this into a tent peg, we're going to do 3 motions. We're going to do 1, then we're going to rotate it, not all the way around, not 90 degrees. We're going to do it into thirds, so then we're going to do another one here, and then we're going to do one more here. And that is a good serviceable tent peg. And if we want to just make a notch, press straight in, cut in just a little bit, just keep whittling away. We're gonna you can kind of undercut it a little bit if you want. And there you go. Just a quick serviceable tent peg. And if you want, you can draw it down a little bit nicer, make it a little bit more of a point. And if you have a nice sharp knife, it's actually a joy to use the knife. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this down a little bit more, and then I'm going to make the tip, don't make it super sharp, a little bit more blunt. It'll last a little bit longer. And if you want, you can make it a little bit lighter just by taking off the bark. So we're just going to come back here. We're just going to take the bark off. So we're going to do a very, not going to cut in very deep. We're just going to be like running along the surface of the wood. And if you do that, it'll make this a lot lighter. And if you want, you can just carry it. I mean, wooden tent pegs have been used for thousands of years. They're very lightweight. And if you leave one behind, it's no big deal. It didn't cost you anything to make it, just a little bit of time. And you can see when I'm going to do a power cut, I am not holding the knife the way I am right now. Right now I'm holding the knife on the back, my thumb on the back of the knife. If I'm going to do a power grip, I'm going to hold the knife, choke it up nice and tight, and then power through. But if I'm just whittling, I'll just put my thumb on the back and just kind of relax. No big deal. And that right there is already a lot lighter. You let that sit in a couple days in the sun, it'll be even lighter. And I also like to go just around the edge a little bit, because that rope will be a little bit curved. Make it a little bit, stick in there a little bit better. Let's test it out. Now, let's show how to use that tent peg. Just going to put it in the ground. We're going to put it at a nice angle. We're just going to take the back of our axe, beat it down in. Pretty hard ground. We got the string to our tarp. There you go. This has been God's Woodsman on how to use a knife and how to make a tent peg. Thank you for watching. For ideas for future videos, please leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.